Get through the bad times! The red flag's flying high! Way up for the Sunderland! Cause Sunderland's here with
Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. So I'm going to be talking about who Sunderland should get rid of, the transfer rumours, and my starting lineup for about mid-February when the football can resume again. That is if the cases drop basically. I've only got a few I'd get rid of at the minute. I would like to get rid of a hell of a lot more, but I'm just, with no incomings at the minute, I'm going to wait basically. So with this, let's get it started. I'm going to go straight in for Will Grigg. Do you know what? He's one of these players who was a bit like Josie Altidore. Didn't get us wrong, more fans like Josie Altidore than they do Will Grigg. Probably because of Altidore's attitude when he was playing. I wanted Will Grigg to score. I would have loved it if he would been a mint top goal scorer for us. It just hasn't happened. It's crazy because of the amount of money that Stuart Donald paid for him, which in my opinion he should have just give Marjorie's money, because he was banging them in for us, and he probably would have got us out of this league, let's be honest. If they just give him his money, give the agent his money, might not have even been in this situation where we are now. But that's by the by. Will Grigg's got the gun. He hasn't, I think he scored once or twice in all the time he's been with us, which is it's abysmal, to be honest. I know people saying he might not get service to his feet, which that's why he likes to have it right to his feet. Like he's like a tap in, a bit like Danny Graham. But then again, look at Charlie White. I know it's two different types of strikers. Charlie White can win things in the air, he's more physical. But, oh wait, his return is terrible. So in that sense, he's got a gun. And with Danny Graham as well, he's on too much money to be at the club. Let's be honest, he's done out and all. His second time at Sunderland and he hasn't scored at all. He's I think he scored in the cup. He's like similar to Grigg, like a 6-yard player where he taps it in. He hasn't got knee pace. He can't get in behind players and run down the wing or down the channels. So it's one of them again. He's got the gun. And moving on from Danny Graham, George Dobson. Do you know what? We paid far too much for him from Walsall as well. I think we paid about 400k, and they were laughing when we paid that much, and you can see why they were laughing. He runs around like a headless chicken. I'm not in the last game where he played, he didn't look as bad as what he has in previous games, but when he played, I can't remember what game it was. Correct us, comment below and let us know, but he was alongside Power. I'm sure it was Portsmouth, but anyway, we got beat basically, and he got run ragged. I know he was playing 3 defensive midfielders, and Dobson's similar. He's not an attacking midfielder, but he was running around losing the ball, conceding possession. We were getting countered constantly because of him. He never passed the forward ball. I think he scored once, 1 goal. It was a good goal, but he scored from outside the box as well. But no, it's not for. I don't think he's capable of playing in the higher in this league. He probably is in the lower, like say down the bottom, but pushing for promotion, he's not. He's probably like a League 2 player, to be honest. So with that being said, it's got to be George Dobson on his bike. Moving on, Feeney. It's a weird one for me. I'm telling you this because this is what the club said. They basically says he's got a gun. He's getting chased basically. He looked alright when he played for the under-21s against not under-21s. When we played Aston Villa under-21s and we won 8-1, he got a goal as well. He looked alright, and I thought, he's one for the future, him like. And he got a kind of nasty injury, and since then he's just went, nah, he's gone. Which is a weird one for me. Comment below if you know more information than that. That'd be much appreciated. So with no incomings, that's the only really ones I would want definitely out of the club at the minute. There'll probably be a few more. I'll probably get shot of scouting, to be honest. But that's the only ones I really want to pick at this moment in time. So let's move on to transfer news. Carl Winchester from Forest Green. Didn't know much about them, obviously, from Forest Green. Why would I? I know he's got some connection with Lee Johnson, but I'm not excited about this, let's be honest, I'm not. He's 27-year-old, I think he is, so he's not a young lad, he's like, this is his peak really, so I'm thinking, that doesn't excite us at all. Comment below if you're excited about it, but I'm not. Sunderland have been linked with a lad called Luke Thomas, which I know probably most of you have never heard of. He's from Barnsley. They're in the Championship. That's probably all I can tell you about him. I know I should have probably looked more into it and let you know, but it just doesn't excite us. These transfers we're linked to do not excite me in any which way, shape or form. I cannot see these players getting us out of League One. Why would a League Two player who's 27-year-old get us out of this league? And the same with Luke Thomas. I don't know. It's one of them. I might be wrong. I hope I am. I really do. But I'm not getting excited by this. And also we're being linked with Ched Evans. I think he's going to Preston North End, but us and Ipswich are linked with him. Do you know what? He was a good player. He had a fallout with Joey Barton. Then Joey Barton gets a sack. So you're thinking, was that Barton's fault? Why he pushed him out the club? So it's one of them. Personally, I didn't want him. I wouldn't want him at Sunderland. Why would we? More controversy. You know what I mean? His behaviour, his attitude, it's not there. So I wouldn't want him. No, that's who I would not want. The players who I would love to have, and he's just handed a transfer request in to Peterborough, is Dembele. But I think he's pushing for a move from a Championship club. Let's be honest, I don't think he's going to come to Sunderland, especially with Peterborough being higher up in the league than us. Also, I'd like a Peterborough player in Harris. If we kind of get Dembele, we wouldn't mind Harris for a goal scorer. We need a goal scorer, but more, in my opinion, an attacking, creative midfielder who can burst forward. Not a crab who goes backwards. An attacking player. Also, one or two players with electric pace. I didn't mean just like Denver Hume who's quick. I mean absolutely Usain Bolt down that wing. You know what I mean? That's who we need. Comment below who you think we should sign. So lads and lasses, me starting lineup. Bearing in mind we haven't got any signings, so with that being said, new signings could come into the starting lineup. But I'm going to go for the 4-4-2, flat back four, with like a diamond shape. Right back, soon as he's fit enough, get him back in. I know McLaughlin hasn't done much wrong, but alright, he's got to come back into the team. He's a little bit more pacier than McLaughlin. I would like to see him alongside Jordan Willis, and their little overlapping play and the little connection that together was great to see in the beginning of the season. So with that being said, 09 right back, Jordan Willis alongside Bailey Wright at centre backs. See if we can get that the partnership working again, like in the early 5-6 games of the season where they were solid and we weren't conceding. Get that back into the team. Lee Johnson will get them solid again alongside Denver Hume. McFadzean was pushing for a start. He got his chance with Hume being injured. Do you know what? I know you need competition, but I still think Denver Hume's our left back. He's got the most pace in our team, full team. And I like to see him get down the wing. He was starting to improve before his injury. He was, instead of chipping a ball into the box, he was cutting inside and he won us a penalty against, I can't comment below if you remember, I can't remember. He won us a penalty in any way and he was getting his shot away, like I was asking him, like I was wanting to see. So with that being said, Denver Hume. Then in front of the defence, no question, the man who probably will be our manager one day is Grant Ledbetter. It's got to be. He's our best, arguably our best player in our team. Against Northampton, he was quite like, I think the most of the players were, and not one of them, and I'm saying this now, not one of them were up to standards. It was a piss poor performance, and he was quiet, and that was a surprise for me. He wasn't dictating play, but with that being said, he's got to start. Then this one, I struggled with this next one, as a two, but a little bit further ahead of Grant Ledbetter. Do you know what? Power. He's improved in recent games, but let's take away the Northampton game and the AFC Wimbledon game just because of COVID. I'm not saying it was like they should have upped the games or out like that. I'm not saying they were. I'm not making excuses. Basically, they were shite, right? But the game before that, Power had improved since the beginning of the season. Like, he wasn't gone crab or backwards. He was attacking. I thought, that's much better from Power. He was even hitting shots. But with Grant Ledbetter being our defensive midfielder, I didn't want to put another one in. I'm going to have to go for Elliot Embleton. He is more of an attacking player in my opinion. I know Scowen's had his chances. Listen, he can't hit the target. He cannot hit the target. He's had numerous chances to put one away. I know he scored, what was it, 1-2-1. I can't remember the game, but he scored in any way. But he must have had about 50 chances before that, not in just that game, like in a few games previous. He was literally 6 yards out and he was putting the ball clean out. And that one, in one game, I counted about 4 times he done it, and I think he got took off in that game. But nah, I think he's had his chance going. I really do. I think it's time for youth. Listen, when we win the Prem, you bed your youth players in League One Championship, maybe. So with us being in League One, now's the time to bed them in. Give them the chance. Give them a good 5-6 games in the team, and then if they're not performing, then move them out the team. But you've got to give them your chance. So with that being said, Elliot Embleton in the team. Then moving further up the pitch. This was a bit hard for me, this one, because I love to see Jack Diamond in the team, but the last couple of games he's been playing proper shit. So I've went for experience. He's played in the Premier League, he's played in the Championship. I've gone for Gooch. I know Gooch is a bit like McGeady, where sometimes he can be greedy on the ball, but look at his goal against Oxford. It was class. I'd love to see that more in Gooch's play. Dropping the shoulder, and then putting it away like he did against Oxford. So with that being said, Gooch in the team. Then obviously McGeady, he can win us a game for a moment of brilliance, like he did numerous times, not last season, the season before. I know he hasn't got the most pace, but if you look, I think his fitness is not up to scratch. They've got, obviously with his time off now from till February, it can get him fitness, get up his fitness, get him up to scratch. And hopefully he can start banging goals in for us, hitting worldies like he does, getting crosses in, all the above. Then up top, I've gone for obviously Charlie Wyke. He's the one who's scoring our goals for us. The only criticism I've got is he's the ball out when the ball's at his feet. Sometimes he's fumbling and he loses possession. Other than that, he wins headers, he's physical. And he's the only one who's scoring for Sunderland, let's be honest, so it's got to be Charlie Wyke. Alongside, just behind him in the little pocket of space, Chris Maguire. He's similar to McGeady. He can win you a game on a moment of brilliance. I was noticing that when he was first with Sunderland, when he had his a bit weight on him, like he was a bit chubby, he was outstanding for us. People used to call him, I didn't. People used to call him King Maguire. And the name stuck with him for a while and it started to gun off him. I think it's because he's lost a bit weight and he's went thin. I don't know. I reckon we should get the chubby Maguire back. He seemed to play a bit better then. But that's me starting lineup. There's a load of youth who I think he should put out on loan if he's not going to start playing them. That's what Phil Parkinson didn't do. The likes of Younger, Taylor, Hackett, Patterson as well, the goalkeeper, who had a good game against Oldham, apart from his little mistake. Oh, and I totally forgot about news, the other transfer news. John Mellish, who used to play for Sunderland, he is rumoured to be wanting to come to Sunderland, or he's meant to be coming to Sunderland. He's at Carlisle, the top of the league at the minute, in League 2. He used to play for Sunderland, he was a youth player at Sunderland, so I've been tweeting him a couple of times saying I can't wait to see him back at Sunderland, and then the rumour come out that he is, so I can't wait. So with that being said, lads, bit different video. Obviously I'm going to try and come on YouTube a few times before February because it's a long time off, and I didn't want people to forget that I did it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the thumbs up, comment below anything you'd like to hear or see on this channel, and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one.